welcome to Daily Records. I am Tommy Burton, and we are going to forego our walk through the Beatles catalog for one special day. Today, happy birthday, America! It is July 4th, and we're going to talk about my favorite American band, the Beatles. Okay, so the Beatles aren't an American band, but we're going to take a special look at a very American Beatles album. This is Live at the Hollywood Bowl. And this was released on May 4th, 1977. Now, it's special because this is the only official, quote-unquote, official live album in the Beatles catalog. And it was recorded on a few shows, more specifically August 23rd, 1964, and August 29th and August 30th in 1965. And to me, as a live album, it's just okay. It's a snapshot of what a Beatles concert would have been. From what I understand, producing and mixing this album was a real beast for George Martin. He had a hard time with it. But this is really kind of the album that sums up early Beatlemania, and particularly what the Beatles were as a live act. And so for that, it's a unique document. Opens with Twist and Shout. They mix the 64 and 65 tracks up, which can be a little bit weird. Not that you can really tell a difference in the quality, at least I can't. But, it's a mix of the cover songs like Dizzy Miss Lizzie, Roll Over Beethoven, Long Tall Sally. But it also has stuff like Help, Hard Day's Night, All My Lovin', She Loves You. A lot of the big Beatle hits. A really short recording, a short concert. But it's just a snapshot of what a Beatles live concert probably would have been like in that time period. Those of you who were lucky enough to actually see the Beatles, comment down below and let me know compared to what this album was. There's a great set of liner notes by George Martin. The thing about the Beatles were, I'm sure they were an exciting live band, but I think the fact that there was so much screams and the volume of the screams that they really couldn't be heard. Now, they famously said they were growing terrible as a musician because they couldn't hear themselves. Live concerts in the early 60s were very different than what they are now. There weren't fold-back monitors for the band to hear themselves. The amps just weren't very powerful. A lot of times they just used PA systems and wherever they were playing. And the Beatles were arguably one of the first arena bands that could play to those size crowds. Now, the Hollywood Bowl, famous for its acoustics and the sound quality. So I guess they figured this may have been the best place to capture that. But again, the scream of the fans was like a supersonic jet. It was just very, very, very loud. But this is, like I said, a good snapshot of that, and it really gives us an idea, a glimpse into what live concerts were for the Beatles. Now, on a side note, this album was reissued on vinyl a couple of years ago, live at the Hollywood Bowl, to coincide with the 8 days a week, the touring years, the Ron Howard documentary that came out. And so it has some bonus tracks and things of that nature. I'm not a big fan of this cover because the cover makes it look like this is a soundtrack to the movie as opposed to what it really is, a reissue of Live at the Hollywood Bowl. And so, so for that reason, I'm a little, leery of it. But as it is a sonic upgrade, I guess, and there are some tracks on there that weren't on the original. They're just kind of tacked on to the end. But it is widely available and easy to get. For a long time, this was out of print, and the only way to get it was to track down original copies. But today's Daily Record, Live at the Hollywood for Independence Day. Happy July 4th. And we'll continue on with the British Beatles catalog, but I had to, be topical a little bit. It's probably the only time I'll ever do it. But like, comment, subscribe, share, follow me on Instagram and Twitter. It's TommyBurton75. Check out the other channel. In the meantime, I will see you all again tomorrow with another Daily Record.